point, my waist point, and my hip point. After that, I'm just going to be going ahead to put all these points into a square form. Here, I'll mark my shoulder divided by 2, mark my bust circumference divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches here. I'm going to be making a line this way. This line here is my chest line. I'll connect it this other way. I'll come here, mark 3 by 3 as my neckline. Here, I'll come down by 1 inch. I'll connect it to this point, which is my shoulder slope. Here, I'll divide my armhole by 2. Mark it here, come in by half an inch, and make a connection this way. Here, mark my back circumference divided by 4. I'll go ahead and connect it that other way. Here, I'll mark my nip to nip divided by 2. I'll come over here and also mark it here. So my nip to nip divided by 2 was 3 inches. Here is my bust line, my under the bust line, my waistline, and my hip line. I'll go ahead and come to my under the bust line, mark 1 inch on this side, 1.5 inch on this other side. Here, I also mark 1 inch here, 1.5 on this other side. I'll go ahead and connect it vertically this way. I'll come here and step down by half an inch, go ahead and connect it this way to that half an inch, and then this other way to that half an inch. Over here, because it's an off the shoulder brush here, we have to be taking that part of the shoulder we are going to be taking off. It depends on what you want, okay? If you want to take away 4 inches, 5 inches, 6 inches, depending on the amount of shoulder and chest you want to expose, that will influence the number you should go for. But for me, in looking at the style we got our inspiration from, I'm going to be taking off 5 inches as off my shoulder. From my shoulder line this way, I'll just step down by 5 inches and I'll make a straight line this way. Once we are done marking our off the shoulder line, from here, let's come in by 2 inches. After that, we just make a line this way. Then from that line, we will come out by 1 inches and connect it to this other way. So this is our upper bust tightening. Here, I'll step down by 1.5 inches and connect it to this way. Over here, you can be creative. If you want a sweetheart neckline, wherever you want, just work your way around it. This line here is now a chest line, just as I said. I'll go ahead and divide my chest circumference divided by 4. I'll mark it to this point. When I get to where the dot is, I'll stop. Pick it again and continue the marking from where the other dot leg started. I'll make sure I mark wherever I'm getting this way, whether it is going outside or inside, wherever it ends, mark it there. This way, mine was exceeding our armhole line, so I have to go ahead and redraw my armhole. Okay, so this is how it was done. So we don't need this part any longer. Here, let's mark our waist circumference divided by 4. We make sure we add the dots intake at this side. We come to the hip line, mark our hip circumference divided by 4. Also add the dot intake as well. All we need to do now is to go ahead and connect our points. Here it's very pointy. Let's go ahead and blend it. Over here we step down by 2 inches. Come here and mark half an inch from the bust point and mark it. This is our bust dot. Since it's a waistline, we step down by 3 inches and make a curve to this point to get our basque effect. Over here, I'll just go ahead and extend that line. That way, we are not coming to draft the back. Once we are done extending our chest line, let's go ahead and divide it this way to now work on the back pattern. At the front pattern paper, this is a waistline, which will now correspond to the back waistline being here. And because of this bust dot, if we go ahead and use the same waistline, at the end of the day, you will realize the